Happy 4th of July, everyone. Welcome back to the Morgan Homestead. I'm Kevin.
And I'm Sandy.
So today we're going to be doing some updates on the garden. It's been 4 weeks since we last gave you an update on that, so we're going to give you an update on how everything's going there. The broody hen situation. We also are going to show you what's going on in the greenhouse. And stick around to the end, and we're going to give you an update on how the house build and everything is going.
Stick around. Give us a thumbs up, please.
Hey, what are you guys doing over here?
Okay, the last time we updated you on the garden, I hadn't yet planted our sunflowers. So if you want to take a look, I got 2 rows of sunflowers started now. They're doing pretty good. Some of these I'm going to have to thin out. We've got more than one, but we've got a couple that are pretty high up. And then if you'll pan over to the corn here, Kevin, and show them, we've got our 4 rows of corn going, and they say knee high by the 4th of July, and a few of these are up to my knees anyway. My knees are a little lower to the ground than everyone else's, but alright, so moving on down the row here. Okay, moving down the row here, our squash. This first row is our butternut squash. Kevin put up these really nice trellises. He's got the watering system all in, so everything is growing great. And we also tried some of these new little fasteners that we're using. I'm not sure if we've got any on the squash here, but let's see.
I don't think so.
No?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so these little fasteners to keep them trained to go up the trellis. We're hoping that that is going to be successful, but everything here is growing really well. Couple rows of squash. And then next we have my sweet potatoes that I showed you how we started in the house from slips. There's one here, there's one there, there's another one down there. I've got to weed this out. They're growing, but I'm not extremely happy with the rate that they're growing right now. Down on the end down here we have some cucumbers. Those are doing really good. We've got a lot of flowering going on here with these cucumbers, a whole row of those. And Kevin added a scarecrow here in our potato garden. Those are going really well. Kevin is using the mound system where he keeps mounding them up, but I think he's probably done mounding them now. And
Yeah, you only hill them one time.
okay. So they're really looking good. We're excited about that. Then we have our Roma tomatoes. I mean, those are up to my waist, a few of them. So, and we've got a couple little Romas growing. Do you want to zoom in on that, Kev? Here's some little Romas. Isn't that cute? I've never grown those before, so that's all new. And then we have, these are slicing tomatoes. There's a few little ones growing here and there. There's some down there. And there's a big one over there. That one is a different type of tomato. But yeah, those, I think they're growing really well. And again, we're using these fasteners that we got to hold them to the trellis.
Yeah, so these here are 2 cherry tomatoes, and then the rest of them down are kind of various slicing type tomatoes.
Yeah, they're doing well, and we've been removing the lower stems and removing the little The what?
Suckers.
The little
I don't know.
the little suckers off of them. So these tomatoes are doing really well. These are all early girl tomatoes. Look at them all. And we've got a ton growing here. There's a bunch there. I mean, almost every plant has tomatoes already. I guess that's why they call them early girls. And one more row of tomatillos. And they're doing pretty good. I don't really see any fruit yet, but we've got a lot of flowers going, so that's good. Did you see some? Oh, down here we've got our dill that's growing a little bit anyway. I mean, it's not going bonkers, but I don't know. We'll see. And
Hey Marley, what you doing?
we got hound dogs growing in the background.
Is it hot out here, Marley?
Oh, let's not start that again. Okay, so what are these?
These are zucchinis.
They look a lot like squash, which are in the same family, right? All right. So our zucchinis are growing really well. Happy about that. I put some flower pots around in the garden. They're not really big enough. I should have started that earlier to kind of attract the bees. But anyway, so now we have 2 rows of peas. Our peas seem to be growing pretty well. A little slower than I would have thought, but I don't know. How would you compare it to last year, Kev?
Well, the peas last year we didn't get many.
Oh.
They didn't grow well at all. So this year it's way better than it was last year.
Okay. And then we've got 2 rows of beans, which have been, it's kind of a disappointment. The first few plants in the front, I think I started these from seed indoors. They're doing well. I planted this whole thing of beans, and then Kevin was frustrated, so he replanted the whole thing.
Yeah, they weren't growing, so I replanted, and they're still not growing. I don't know, the beans last year did really well and the peas didn't, so it's just the opposite this year. I don't know why. Yeah,
that's strange. But here's our cabbage. Now we got the red cabbage and the green cabbage. That seems to be doing really well. The leaves are all good. Nothing's gotten to the leaves yet, so that's wonderful. And then we've got our cauliflower. We have 2 rows of cauliflower. Not doing the best. We've got a few that are big, but
yeah, they're not doing well at all. We had every hole planted and some of them died off, and I don't know, they're just not doing good.
And then we've got broccoli in the last row, and that seems to not doing great. Looks like we're going to get a few plants out of there, but I don't know.
I think what's happening in the back over here is it gets a little wet down in there. It's kind of lower in those areas, and the water pools when you're watering the garden, and I think the plants don't like it. So next year I'm going to have to try and add some soil to those areas to raise that up a bit.
Okay, so next let's head over to the hen house, the chicken coop, and give you an update on what's going on with those hens. Okay, so an update on the hen situation. Last time we gave you an update, Louise still was sitting on eggs, hadn't hatched any eggs. We weren't sure what was going on. But not only did she hatch eggs, a few of our other hens decided that they wanted to be broody now as well. So Salt, our speckled Sussex, started sitting on eggs. One of our speckled Sussex disappeared into the woods and is sitting on 2 dozen eggs out there. She comes in every now and then. And then what type of chicken is Raven again?
Black Australorp.
Black Australorp. She started sitting on eggs, and since then, I'll have Kevin pan over. Our family has grown. We currently have 12 little babies, and they're going to come out and say hi to you in just a second. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. babies in there. Come on, babes. Come on. Come on, babies. I'll go in there and, oh, here they come. Here they come, I think. Come on. Come on, babes. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. What are you doing? Come on, babes. Go on. Go on out. Go on out. Go on out. Go on out. Come on. I'm not hurting her. Just gotta get down. There you go. There you go. There you go. Now you got all the babies. So I don't know if you guys remember the 5 that we got. We got these white chickens that are blue eggers, and then we got barred rock and 2 copper mouse. These guys are looking hot. Want some treats? Want some treats, guys? And they're getting pretty big. So 4th of July, it's 91 degrees out here. Kevin's giving some fresh water to the meat chickens. I don't know if you can see them, but they are huge. They are ready to go to freezer camp. They're looking big and healthy. I think another week, any day now, as soon as we're ready, they're going to be going to freezer camp. It is hot out here for chicken, though. It's hot out here for everybody.
So this year we decided we're going to plant some mushrooms. So I built this little raised bed here and put in, you got to mix it with your soil, some peat moss, and some ash. These are going to be morel mushrooms. We won't see anything here probably until next year. In the springtime is when they usually come up. And they say it could take as much as 2 years for the spores to actually take, but I did plant a bunch of spores in here, so hopefully we'll be getting some morel mushrooms soon.
Okay, we're over at the greenhouse, and I don't know if you've watched any of our old videos, but last year we had grown a lot of vine things on our raised bed in here, and it was absolutely crazy. Our hydroponics went nuts in here. Our tomatoes were almost to the ceiling. We decided this year to go with mostly peppers in here. They like it hot. And then the raised bed, we planted some radishes and some carrots. Outside here we had lettuce. We've harvested most of the lettuce in this one. We've got some lettuce still left over there, but that's doing okay. We'll probably eat that up soon. So step inside. We've got some basil growing in the front here. The front of the raised bed here was all radishes. We've already harvested all of those. And just taking a quick look around, we just came in here to find a lot of our hydroponic plants were blown over, and that's why some of them are looking a little droopy, is they were probably not getting water. But all in all, they're doing pretty good. We've got some banana peppers growing over there. So let's see. We've got a few banana peppers. There's 3 on this one here. Those are growing good. And over on this side, we just found an orange bell pepper. that's growing. A golden wonder, actually, I'm sorry, I misspoke. And an orange bell. That one there is an orange bell. So these are doing good. We've got a lot of flowers going on, growing. For some reason, our jalapeno peppers, which are like a jalapeno, but they're not spicy. For some reason this year, they are just droopy. We've got 2 totes of them down there, and we have a tote on the other side of them. For some reason, they're not liking the nutrients. So we need to make some changes there. Same nutrients. These plants are doing great. Exact same nutrients, same situation. They're loving it. These guys, not so much. Okay, and then outside garden, our our onions. They're doing great over here. Not sure. We've never grown these before. So I think when they flower, I read you're supposed to pull them. We pulled a couple of them and they weren't quite ready. So this is a learning process here on this. We might have these spaced too close, although we spaced them exactly the way that it said. We harvested all the lettuce out of this container, and now we're growing some chocolate tea, I believe it's called. It is, yeah, chocolate mint herb tea. So we're growing that, and it's got some flowers to attract the bees. And then over on this side, these are our onions that we started from seed. These are spaced out a little bit more, so they might be doing better than the other ones now. They seem to be getting pretty big. So I'm excited about that. I've got some herbs. This one already went to seed. It's a basil. We've got oregano over there. I've got flower pots. Look at our beets. They're going crazy. We've got 2 different kinds of beets. The one on the left here, I believe, is a striped. No, this is a solid ruby red beet or something like that. And over here is a striped beet. They're both doing really good, so we're excited about that. The last bed over there, we had some extra plants, so it's a little bit of a mishmash. I've got a tomato plant in the far left corner, and then the rest of them are all pepper plants. We have 1 green pepper growing here on the corner. That's doing well. And some of these I tried taking out of hydroponic and putting into dirt. This second one over here is one of those, so that's, I've never done that before. I had a couple that didn't make it when I tried doing that. I've had no trouble taking them from the dirt initially into hydroponics, but the other way around hasn't really been working.
Alright, so in the last video I said I hadn't completed our experiment of the float system for the hydroponic, but I did finish it now. So I do have pipe coming down from this barrel going into the greenhouse, and then going along the totes and tapping into them, and then I have the float in there. So as the water level drops in the tote, the water will flow through the float and into the tote to keep the water level at a constant level. So we'll see how that system works. I did that for 3 totes this year because we didn't want to go all in and have it fail. So we'll see how that works, and we'll just keep you updated on that. septic tanks will be. And there's the tank.
He doesn't have to spin it. He did already.
Did already.
Oh, I couldn't see it. I had sweat in my eye. I thought maybe you had sweat in your eye because I'm looking right at out. Good so far. Maybe a little bit so I get my bucket on this side.
So as you've seen from the videos, we do have some contractors out and they've been working on the site for the house. And I'm going to show you here as far as what the progress. So we got all of this leveled out right now, and that hill in the background there, that is going to be our septic system. So they have that whole thing in. We have the tanks over there, and right in these, between these first 4 stakes is where the house is going to be. So the contractor that we've been working with that's done all this fantastic work is Precision Grade, and they have done a really good job. They did all of this in about 2 days. They will be coming back. They're going to add some gravel in where the house and the garage will be going, and to raise it up so that the grade is a little better so water does run off. So there is progress being made. It's been a long wait for this, and we're so happy that things have started happening. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for in the next videos. We'll be doing a lot of updates as far as the progress on the house build.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about all the progress. It's finally starting. It's finally starting to seem real. So I hope you guys follow along.
So thanks for watching. And please subscribe to these videos. It does help the channel a lot. And share them on your social media. And give a thumbs up.
Yeah, and just remember, I hope you stay along and follow us and laugh with us, learn with us as we make mistakes, and learn from them. But most of all, love this way of life with us. Because if we can do it, anyone can. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye.